Huge shout out to Belina for sending this video to our Instagram. You've heard of us using chants, Ouija boards, and blood sacrifices to summon the dead. But have you ever heard of people using incense? These guys attempted to summon a tribe of jinns and genies using supposedly the world's most powerful incense in an abandoned cabaret in Tehran, and the footage they captured was insane. Take a look.
چی داره میاد؟ چی داره میاد؟ تو دوربین نمیافته، تو دوربین نمیافته. سروش حاجی. از همه طرفه. اوه حاجی اینجا حاجی.
Wherever the hell these guys are, they definitely aren't alone. All of the footage captured is quite blurred and extremely fleeting, but that makes it no less petrifying. The dark figure moving around the building is reminiscent of some kind of survival horror game, and unless they had a friend with them who was tasked with running around and acting creepy for the sake of a few views, there's only a more terrifying option. They were being tormented by someone or something with bad intentions. Interestingly, jinns throughout Islamic culture are often known to be mostly invisible to the human eye. So, what the hell was following them around the building? Do you know much about the summoning of jinns in Islamic culture? If so, let us know in the comment section.
Ghost hunters IPRA Strong are on their next expedition searching for communication with the unknown. However, this time they are met with way more than they bargained for.
Can you tell me your name? Mike, what did you do here, Mike? Bartend? Is that what he said? Speak nice and loud for me, Mike. How many spirits are we talking to? Can you tell us the name of the owner, the current owner of the building? St. Brian, clear as day. Clear as day.
Skrilla Park in Illinois is where everything happens. Well prepared with their paranormal communication devices, they decided to investigate a haunted bar and restaurant, The Great Escape. They captured many great EVPs that night, but one of them left a mark on their minds forever, not just because of the EVP itself, but because of what the camera also captured. Take a look.
Is there a little girl here? In the bathroom? Are there any women in here with me?
Did you spot that? Straight after the chilling EVP of what they believe to be a little girl's ghost saying, "Get me help." Behind the bathroom door, we can see a shadow figure peeking through the gap. The kicker here is the fact that when they first arrived, the evening bartender gave them a photograph.
Bartender Tammy shared an eerie photo with us that was taken by a frequent customer. The customer had witnessed a shadow figure, so we snapped a photo and managed to capture this creepy image on camera.
Apparently, one of their customers took it after witnessing a shadow figure outside the ladies' bathroom. It does look like a young girl from another time with the way she's dressed, but could this be the little girl asking for help in the bathroom that night? A spirit beyond trapped in the building forever? And could that be the shadow figure of that girl? Or are our eyes playing tricks on us all? Let us know what you think about this one in the comments.
This clip will make you reconsider that job application for the night shift. This security guard was doing his usual patrols, but there was somebody unexpected following right behind him. This place was already creepy enough without shadow bastards stalking around the halls, but this one couldn't resist making a cheeky appearance.
Imagine passing by an amusement park after hours when everything is quiet, and suddenly this happens. These girls claim they heard the ride starting all of a sudden and went to check it out. But when they started recording it in disbelief, as the ride came down, their camera captured what looked like a ghostly apparition vanishing into thin air. How creepy. If this video is raw and unedited, it's got to be one of the hardest to explain. A glass in front of the ride reflecting something else? Doubt it. An illusion caused by lighting reflections? Meh. Could it really be a ghostly apparition? What do you think they captured that night? Let us know in the comments.
If you've watched any paranormal content online, you'll know that the Ring doorbells and any kind of home security cameras capture enough creepy content to make a blockbuster horror movie, and this clip is no exception to the rule. Have a look at the footage this person managed to catch on their CCTV. What on earth are those things? Well, there seems to be a common theme in dubious paranormal content, where the video itself has been recorded on a very crisp camera. We can still make out the shapes, and it looks like two small people in little cloaks. They're both around the same height as the car wheel, which ranges from about 14 to 21 inches tall. No idea where this video was filmed, so depending on the wildlife native to that area, it could have been anything from bush rabbits to other more exotic animals. There's a chance anything here could have been impacted by common compression errors associated with these types of cameras too. But what if it isn't? What if this CCTV managed to capture evidence of mythical creatures like gnomes, goblins, or even demonic imps roaming around the real world of Warcraft?
You know, I really wish I had a garden where I could put a couple of human statues.
At stupid o'clock, this abandoned morgue turns into a grim reminder of the tragedies that once filled its halls. The place where so many meet the end of the road is now just left there to decay, absorbing whatever energy might be hanging around. The air feels heavy, like the walls themselves are holding on to memories of sorrow and loss.
Eu lembro a primeira vez que eu vim aqui, certo? Tinha aquela boneca, tá? Tinha aquela boneca que tava bem aqui, ó, certo? Tava bem aqui. O que ele tinha feito? Quando ele foi até o acidente, que ele recolheu o corpo, trouxe até aqui, certo? Ele trouxe também aquilo junto e ele tinha deixado ali. Foi quando ele me falou, e a primeira vez que eu vim filmar, ele deixou como se fosse uma coisa qualquer que vocês estão vendo ali, entendeu? Ninguém imaginava que ia acontecer igual vocês viram aqui. Quem assistiu o vídeo aí, tá? Necrotério, aconteceu aquilo com a boneca. Então, o que acontece? ele me chamou novamente, certo? E bem ali é onde ele guardou, que ele já me passou a informação, tá? Tenho que respeitar, ele tá ali fora, do outro lado da rua, certo? E... então eu tenho que respeitar isso aí, certo, pessoal? Vou estar fechando aqui, ó.
A guy walks into this creepy place. Why? Who knows? He's not just here for some casual exploration. He's back at a site where something seriously messed up happened before. A doll, found at an accident scene and stashed in the morgue, started causing all sorts of unexplainable disturbances. They even locked it away in a coffin, but this thing just doesn't seem to know how to rest. Ever since, people have reported shadowy figures and this suffocating atmosphere, which is why he's back tonight, facing the morgue again.
Vou tá fechando. Eu peço que esteja aqui. Eu peço licença, certo? O que esteja aqui que vem incomodando o proprietário aí? Você pode dizer algo pra mim? Você pode aparecer pra mim? Você pode dizer algo? Você pode se manifestar pra mim? Eu tô pedindo, você pode se manifestar.
As the dude ventures deeper into the building, you can practically feel the weight of the place pressing down on him and us, the viewers. The camera catches every tense moment, every tiny flicker in the corner of the frame. He starts asking for a sign, daring whatever's in the shadows to make itself known. The silence is thick, almost too heavy, like it's just waiting to explode. And then, it happens. A shadow appears right in front of his eyes, subtle but unmistakable, like something's there watching, waiting in the dark. But then, poof, it's gone.
Pode se manifestar pra mim? Você pode se manifestar? Minha nossa, mano, olha isso! Olha isso, cara! Cara do céu, você é louco, velho! Olha isso, pessoal! Cara, eu não acredito, mano, na nossa frente, velho! Olha isso, como é que eu tô arrepiado, velho! Olha isso, pessoal! Cara, eu não tô acreditando, mano! Cara! E o negócio que tava ali, ó! Olha isso, pessoal, subindo mais, ó! Subindo mais! Olha isso, ó! Pra vocês verem! Opa, 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 opa! Você quer dizer por que você permanece aqui? Você pode aparecer pra mim de novo? Cara, eu tenho certeza que eu vi ali, ó. Eu vi ali, ó. Eu não entendi direito. Cara, não vejo hora de assistir isso aqui. Você é louco. Pessoal, eu não posso. Cara do céu, você é louco. É horrível gravar aqui assim, ó. Pessoal, eu não posso. Tá? Devido a pedir. Eu vi alguma coisa ali, eu vi uma sombra ali, ó. Pessoal, é horrível estar aqui dentro, certo? Opa, 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 opa. Cara, que cheiro esquisito, mano. Pessoal, a boneca, tá? Ele colocou aí dentro. Ele me disse que jogou um monte de coisa aí, tá? Já tem um tempo. Largou aí, certo? Opa, 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 opa. Eu tô escutando. Escuta. Escuta, escuta, escuta. Que isso? Eu vi de novo ali, ó. Cara, você é louco. Pessoal, é o seguinte. Ele me disse que deixou aí dentro. Nós vamos abrir, certo? Porque da última vez estava lá no chão. De lá, ele juntou um monte de tranqueira, jogou aí dentro. Já tá desse jeito de novo, tá? Ele não tá conseguindo usar direito aqui, certo? O local tá assombrado. Pessoal, eu não tenho a permissão, certo? Eu não tenho a permissão de filmar ali dentro, tá? A pedido dele, do proprietário, eu não posso, certo? Porque ali dentro é onde vão os corpos, é onde ele abre, arranca tudo que tem dentro do defunto, certo? Cê é louco. É isso aí, pessoal. Nós vamos estar abrindo aqui agora, certo? Olha, eu não vim aqui pra Opa, eu vi aqui, ó. Eu vi de novo, pessoal, tá aqui junto com a gente, certo? Eu tô... Cara, tá horrível gravar aqui. Tá aqui junto com a gente, certo? Então eu vou dizer pra você, eu vou pedir. O que é que seja aqui, eu não estou pra confrontar, certo? Você necessita de alguma coisa? Você precisa de algo? Opa, eu escutei. É isso aí, pessoal, nós vamos abrir.
From this point onwards, either the air gets colder, or this dude is in desperate need of his spare pants already, considering the amount of goose pimples popping out on his arms as the camera creeps closer to the coffin, where they stashed a creepy ass doll. The whole vibe gets electric with tension, like something's about to go down. And then it does. The doll's head, just barely visible in the dim light, starts to turn like it's acknowledging the guy's presence.
Carrie E uploaded this footage as the only video sitting on her channel, and considering she only has one subscriber, the 4,000 views of this video are pretty impressive. It is evident people are confused over what the cameraman captured in this video. A viewer claimed it to be a jinn. Remember what we told you about jinns in the previous video? In the Islamic doctrine, people believe that jinns are created from fire and humans from clay. The clash is inevitable as we both reside in the same universe. Do you believe this to be true? Watch this video and let us know if you believe this to be a shadow person or a speedy jinn.
It didn't even pick up that commotion.
It is a pretty dark figure indeed, but could jinns appear in a shadow form? Tell us what you think.
This man had absolutely no idea of the sheer horror that was merely a few centimeters from his face while riding in the car. These two friends were taking videos of each other to try and make the car journey feel a little less long and spooky, but as they turned the camera around once more, they felt a chill enter the car, and it wasn't until they watched the footage back that they realised, while their hairs simultaneously stood on end. Yeah, it could be a reflection of some kind of combination of reflections and streetlights. But why the hell did this totally normal reflection look like it had two eyes and stray pieces of lank, lifeless hair blowing in front of them? Whatever it was, it isn't anything we'd like to stumble upon whilst flickering through any car snaps.
The dark can lead your mind to some truly spooky places, especially when you're traipsing around a pitch black, barren corridor in search of poltergeist activity. These guys were just trying to explore an urban area for a video, but among the cool graffiti and crumbling walls, something else seemed to make itself at home there. Something nobody can explain. Take a look. There is some kind of transparent figure rising from the floor. The group decided not to try their luck by sticking around and go bolting out of there. But
As their feet slammed against concrete, there was something else lurking within their group. Bet you missed it at first, but let's slow it down. That's one creepy face. If you're thinking rationally, you could say it's just a blurry shot of one of the women in the group. But there were no women in the group. So who the hell was that?
The deep, dark depths of a random tunnel never really promise any nice surprises at the end, and yet people still go cavorting down them. This supposed photographer managed to get himself into a right state when he saw what was following just behind him. According to the video, this footage was found on a smartphone that had been left behind somewhere near the tunnel, and it was the last video the owner captured before he took his last breath. If you do a little bit of digging, you will find a video from the same channel that shows two guys exploring that very place.
全く同じ景色やね。これね、ここやね。見た。でこのトンネルまでは Google マップで Google Earth で通れるんです、それで。いや、ここストリートビューで通れんやったら見つけれんやったよね。いや、本当に。めちゃくちゃ入り組んでるんですよ、この辺。
It is sandwiched between some very busy motorways and expressways in Japan, and is surrounded by mostly scrapyards according to them. As creepy as this is, it gives no details on the figure we saw in the last video, considering it was so still and we only saw it for a split second. No idea what it could be. But there is one thing that sets us on edge about it. When the guys were exploring the tunnel a few days after finding the video, they stumbled upon a broken umbrella that had been cast aside.
だって走り去ってった時さ、傘持ったままあんなスピードで走らんから。まあ走らん。
Which is the same umbrella the guy dropped as he ran away in the original video. So we have someone's last moments caught on camera. The last thing they saw was a weird shadow figure, and the umbrella they were holding was still lying crumpled where they dropped it. Could this video be real? Did that shadow, whatever it was, take someone's life?
It's in the quiet moments that the unexplained often makes its presence known. In this next scary video captured inside a shop at Stupid O'Clock, a CCTV camera records more than just the stillness of the night. What starts as a typical nighttime security recording quickly takes a turn that defies all reason. Take a look. As you can see, all throughout the remainder of the video, some genuinely creepy things occur in this building, all without a rational explanation. If this isn't the work of some paranormal entity, then we're really not sure what is going on here at that time of night. In the description of the post, the uploader expresses his fears and concerns after watching the video and wonders if maybe he should escape from this place of work along with his other co-workers. If it turns out that the video is authentic, then it's safe to say that he definitely should be showing the middle finger to that place as soon as possible. Would you stay? Let us know.
Investigating a paranormal hotspot at Stupid O'Clock isn't particularly the brightest idea. But when these guys decided to explore an abandoned lab ridden with blood-curdling sights and strange sounds reported by locals, they were just asking for it. Watch this.
Hernández Lisset, muchísimas gracias por sus estrellas, besotes para ella. ¿Qué es lo que necesitas? Oye, madre. No, ¿quién se golpeó? ¿Viste? ¿No viste? Aquí adentro está, aquí adentro está. Manifiéstate, queremos verte. ¿Eh? Allá arriba, estaba arriba. Manifiéstate. ¿Por qué estás aquí? ¿Escuchas? ¿Quién eres? ¿Estás aquí adentro? Mira, pasa para allá. ¿Estás aquí adentro? ¿Adentro del casillero está alguien? Dime, ¿estás aquí adentro? ¿Adentro del casillero está alguien, amigos? ¿Adentro de ese casillero está alguien? Quiero saber si estás aquí. ¿Estás aquí adentro, Clary? Mira. ¿Está adentro de la puerta? ¿Está adentro de la puerta? Aquí adentro de esta ventanita. ¿Estás aquí con nosotros? No manches, ¿qué es eso? Ya se volteó, mira, se acaba de voltear. Se acaba de voltear, se hizo para allá, mira. Uy. Adentro está alguien, amigos, adentro del casillero. A ver qué es. No hay nadie, mira. Queremos que te manifiestes. ¿Hoy? ¿No escuchaste? Como que alguien está riendo, como que alguien está hablando bien fuerte. Uy, madre, enfrente de la cámara se cerró, enfrente de la cámara se cerró. Y enfrente de la cámara no se ríe. ¿Viste? Mira, todavía está tan nervioso, ¿viste?
Right from the jump, they didn't quite seem up to the task. But when the cabinet right in front of them comes to life, they start regretting their decision of even stepping foot inside. Puzzled and intrigued, they investigate the cabinet a bit further. Then this happens.
¿Escuchaste? Como que alguien está riendo, como que alguien está hablando bien fuerte.
As they look to try and figure out what was shaking the cabinet, it slammed shut in their faces, making their blood run cold. After witnessing this, the lead investigator wanted to pack it up for the day, but the others suggested they checked out the other room, and boy, did they wish they hadn't.
La puerta la cerraron la puerta. La acaban de cerrar.
¿Quién anda aquí?
¿Dónde? ¿Sí?
Hoy.
Fíjate.
After seeing the door move, we'd expect a paranormal investigator to swoop in to prove there was no one inside. but god damn it, he had to wait, didn't he? And while at it, we spotted at least 3 jump cuts. Here at 4:52, here at 5:44, and here at 6:14. So if whoever was inside didn't have enough time to escape through the window, the jump cuts would definitely give them any time they needed to get out. And when we begin to sense some foul play, this happens.
Uy, ¿qué fue eso? Uy, ¿y la ventana, Cari? Mira, aquí está una cara, mira, aquí está una cara, mira. Ve aquí en la ventana, amigos. Pero aquí está el voladero, miren. Aquí está el voladero.
They heard the window move, and upon checking, there was no way someone could have moved it, right? Their story seems airtight, but they made one mistake that might throw their credibility out the window, and you bet we spotted it. Watch closely.
¿Subiste? ¿Hay alguien aquí?
First, let's consider the hole in the ceiling above the cabinet, which they could have had someone climb into. Now, let's check again every time the cabinet moves.
Gracias por sus estrellas, besotes para ella. ¿Qué es lo que necesitas? ¡Oye, madre! No, ¿quién se golpeó, viste? ¿Estás aquí adentro? ¿Estás aquí con nosotros? No manches, ¿qué es eso? Ya se volteó, mira, se volteó, acaba de voltear. Alguien está riendo, como que alguien está hablando bien fuerte.
What a coincidence. Every single time it moved, the top of the cabinet remained out of frame. Funnily enough, almost as if someone put their hands through the hole off camera, moved the cabinet from the top, and quickly hid again out of view by the time we could see the whole cabinet again. I think it's time to rest our case here, especially after spotting this fake-ass actor at 8:33.
Uy, ¿qué fue eso? Uy, ¿y la ventana, Cari? Mira, aquí está una cara, mira, aquí está una cara, mira. Ve aquí en la ventana, amigos. Pero aquí está el voladero, miren. Aquí está el voladero.
What else did you notice that we might have missed? Let us know in the comments section.
YouTuber Tommy Wells uploaded this video with over 6,000 views. In the video, we see his mum and dad trying their luck with the notorious Ouija board. In the description, Tommy mentioned that they messed with the Ouija board and the results were terrifying. So what could have possibly gone wrong? Let's watch.
Alright. You ready for this? Have you ever done one before? It's not too hard.
I don't like messing with them because I know what they can do.
Well, a lot of times they're bad spellers. It takes them a minute or so to spell out what they're spelling. And you have to just touch your fingers to it easy. Not enough where you're going to unintentionally move it or whatever. Okay, just barely. You just barely want to make contact and let it control it. You just follow it with your hands more or less, okay?
I'm going to do this because what?
Because we're going to try to find out what's in this house. I don't know how else to try to contact it. We've got to find out what it wants.
Hurry.
I'm going to see if I can get it to leave us alone.
Let's go.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
Whatever entity, spirit, demon, whatever you are, that's in my family's home, that's plaguing us and giving us hell, please identify yourself or tell us what you want, what it'll take to leave me and my family and our home alone and never return. We're tired of this. Just tell us what you want.
Fair play to this courageous couple who agreed to play this game in a dimly lit room because the entire scene is already eerie. They decided to try and communicate with a spirit or two through the board. Were they able to reach out to any or not? Watch what happens next to find out.
Did you spill? I think it's spilled.
What the heck, baby? It's not blood. What do you mean blood? What the hell do you want? Come on now.
Oh my God, Tommy!
Oh my God! Man, that's
You need to
enough.
get the damn thing out of the house!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The board started moving on its own. And then it jumped abruptly. Does this mean the Ouija board has some real connection with the other side, as it is commonly believed? Or is it just a hoax? Let us know your theory in the comments below. Also, check out Tommy Wells' YouTube channel if you are not too scared of things that go bump in the night.
Mean blood. What the hell do you want? Come on now.
Oh my God, Tommy!
Oh my God! Man, that's
You need to
enough.
get the damn thing out of the house!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We found out about this place because Haunt Hunters sent a video of their investigation to our email, and the footage they caught seems to be very compelling. But what exactly was it that these guys walked into?
The historic Ritz Theater shut its cinematic doors after 80+ years in the summer of 2023, but in doing so has given paranormal investigators a chance to investigate this haunted location.
I like.
Oh wow. You're not gonna like it.
What did it say?
Satan.
The Ritz Theater was opened in Utah in 1939 and was eventually handed down to married couple Alan and Mickey Bradshaw, who would run it for nearly 60 years until it closed down in 2023. What was once the town's most popular and historic entertainment outlet began to lose money, eventually forcing its doors closed.
We begin in the main theater and have most of the theater covered with various cameras to try and see if we can capture the spirit that I just saw. We have 2 infrared cameras pointed at the backs of the theater, a camera next to Jason and I on one side of the front of the theater, and on the other side of the front of the theater we have Jamie and her friend Justin.
A building that holds as much history as this is bound to be home to some strange phenomena.
Mostly so I can go get some snacks, but also so we can see about the paranormal activity there as well. Before I can even get set up, Jason and Jamie are already experiencing paranormal activity.
So we're excited to be at the theater tonight. Is there someone that could help us with candy or popcorn or drinks? We got the Paralantern, that's the round lantern-shaped object. It's got a purple light. Or keep touching that, keep turning that red.
Whoa, is this us? I mean, is that your phone?
Nope, I was testing it and it wasn't setting it off earlier.
Thank you, whoever's touching that K2. Now that, oh, it's gone down.
Act like you're ordering something.
Now it's back up to yellow.
According to Mickey, ghosts are living in the walls. The building has had its share of paranormal experiences, with owners Mickey and Alan Bradshaw, employees and guests reporting ghostly occurrences. A notable incident involving Alan Bradshaw and his daughter seeing an apparition of a couple in the auditorium, who disappeared when they looked again. The cinema is believed to house resident spirits, including 2 ushers in one of the auditoriums, thought to be former employees who loved their jobs so much they never left. Despite the owner's practical approach to their spectral visitors, these experiences contribute to the unique character of the 84-year-old cinema. Dr. Ghost Hunter's YouTube channel decided to do a paranormal investigation there, but while they didn't catch much in the way of solid physical footage, the same can't be said about Haunt Hunters. They set up 3 cameras throughout the theatre and believe they caught a shadow figure sliding down the right-hand wall. Take a look.
See, shadow on the walls look normal. Right there, right there, right there. Walking. Walks, keeps walking, and then disappears completely in Reed. So watch. Then you're gonna see our shadows kind of.
That was definitely a different shadow than
watch.
your guys'.
Another one manifests. Walks down. Watch.
Yeah, that's weird.
Watch. Goes. Sits down. No one's sitting.
Yeah, that is definitely different than your guys' shadow too. You can tell the difference.
Dude,
That's
there's
weird.
3 people in that room, and now Reed's walking out, and watch. He gets a cold chill. Watch where he stops. Right there. That is nuts, dude.
Because with your guys' shadow, you guys have multiple light sources, so you can tell.
It's extremely hard to spot, so we'll zoom in a little. They believe this shadow couldn't have been cast from any of the other rooms because you can see that all the cameras are in real time, and the position as well as the speed of the figure doesn't seem to match that of anyone else in that room either. But focus on the figure and use your peripheral vision. Replay it as many times as you need. Can you see anyone that could be casting that shadow? The guys on the channel claim that they all moved so their shadows wouldn't be cast in the same place. Could this really be proof of a shadow person caught on camera? What do you think? Let us know. But a big shout out to Haunt Hunters for sending this one over to our email. One of the leading arguments against the authenticity of exorcism videos is that all the drama can easily be faked by good acting and clever camera work. But when you look deep into some of these clips, you start to wonder just where that bar beyond realities lies.
The video shows several men restraining a possessed girl. She can be seen violently thrashing her arms and legs. What follows is an intense and highly disturbing ritual, most likely an exorcism.
Dímelo. Porque estás muerta. ¿Y el bebé? Ay, bebé. Estabas embarazada. Estabas embarazada cuando te quitaron los chicos. Él me escuchó, él me escuchó, él me escuchó. ¿Quién te escuchó? Dímelo, ¿quién es? Él me escuchó. ¿Quién te escuchó? Regresa a tu lugar. No puedes estar más. No puedes estar más en esa batería. Graba. Graba eso. Dios salve María, llena eres de gracia. Sale sol. 1, 2, 3.
After searching high and low online, there was nothing we could find pertaining to the people in this video. The only context we can gather is from the limited speech in this brief clip, which is that the woman being freed from the demon had her children taken away and was pregnant when that happened. Nothing of much use there, but we know that if this is true, the woman must be going through a lot of mental turmoil, which could explain her erratic behavior and speech patterns.
Él me escuchó, él me escuchó, él me escuchó.
Here, it looks like she's just crying. Is this a demonic entity or a bit of a bad day? She keeps saying something about being heard, but before we can hear any answers to any questions, the video cuts to a different shot out of nowhere. While she looks and sounds as though she's under the influence, this could result from multiple things: fantastic acting, taking too much of what she shouldn't, or even a mental breakdown connected to the loss of her children. This is all speculation, as we have no idea what is truly happening in this video, because there is no background info. Although, as suspicious as we remain, that one shot at the end of the clip where she smiles and hisses through her teeth should be enough to chill you to your bones. Is this possibly fake or something truly demonic? Let us know in the comments. If you have been wondering about the innermost workings of exorcisms up to this point, look no further, because this priest is about to explain it all to you.
questo è agganciato qui, no? L'altro c'è agganciato di là, quindi è aperto dentro, no? Poi io leggo le mani qui, leggo i piedi qui si può vedere questi. E questo sicuramente si può legare il braccio, vedete? Può legare il braccio di qua di là e i piedi lo stesso a questo tappiola qui. Dunque, e qui se c'è questa cinta perché sono terribili. Questa qui per legare alla vita in modo che non si muova. Tento almeno per mettere questo braccio, vedi, sotto, vedi, qui c'è. Si regge in questo modo, si regge. Altrimenti non si regge. E rompono tutto. Dunque, tutto questo. Adesso faccio vedere cosa sono capace di fare questo qui. Questo può essere una ragazza che, guardi, questo è d'acciaio. Questo corrisponde a questo qui. No, corrisponde, vediamo qua. Passo una qui dentro. Questo sarebbe questo. Vedi come l'ha ridotto? È difficile poi con le mani, non è possibile. Ha visto? Oh, l'inferno, vai!
Prende l'acqua, padre, prende l'acqua, prende l'acqua.
Sì, ci ho pensato, ma
L'acqua.
non ci ho pensato. Sta buona? Sta buona, forza. Ci avevo pensato.
Ancora!
Signore Gesù Cristo, Figlio di Padre eterno Padre, Dio ringrazio. Ti prego il tuo nome, è di Cristo, è di Cristo, è di Cristo. Ecco l'acqua del Signore. Ave Maria, piena di grazia, il Signore è con te. Tu sei benedetta fra le donne. Maligno. Ave Maria, piena di grazia, il Signore è con te. Tu sei benedetta fra le donne. Santa Maria, libera. Ma Maria, no, maligno, è Cristo più forte. Cacciali via. Di la verità. Di la verità a questa signora. Esiste o non esisti tu? Il demonio esiste o non esiste?
Esiste il demonio!
Come fai a dimostrarlo? Come fai a dimostrare che esiste?
Tutto!
Ma questo...
Io esisto! E chi non ci crede bene!
All the straps and binds are enough to send anyone spiraling, but he explains that during exorcisms, they are targeting the demon, not the person.
E non abbiamo pure noi. E sono contento di dare botta al demonio. Quando mi dice il demonio che chi sei, io domando, Satana. Ora mi sei capitato. Adesso ti ho dato un sacco di botte. Dunque, e quindi è lui che grida. Perché quando grida la persona, ci sono dei grida qui delle suore che si sentono a volte fino in fondo, fino alla strada si sentono. Dunque per il giardino. Ma non è certamente la persona che grida, ma è il demonio che sente queste botte.
Hopefully, that's true. Because when he puts those bindings to good use, the results is enough to scare you stiff. The girl in this video is clearly in a bad way, although there are some segments where her screams don't match up with her body language.
È di Cristo, è di Cristo, è di Cristo. Ecco l'acqua del Signore.
See? She let out one hell of a scream, but she didn't seem to move at all, when every other time she had basically been headbanging. The content itself is petrifying, and hopefully what he said about the human body not feeling the blows is true, because she looked like she was in agony. Could this be a mental health disorder in play that has been misdiagnosed, or someone
actually possessed.
An early 1900s house renovation takes a terrifying turn when Rocky Mills, the builder, hears something that sets him on edge. What he finds next sent him running absolutely terrified. Take a look.
Doing this cabinet crown, and I think there's a squatter in this house. I think it's in here. Hello? 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 Anybody here? Hello? 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 Who is it?
He turned his head towards one of the doors as it seemed to be inviting him inside, down towards the basement, and there was something following just behind him. Whatever the hell that was, it wasn't a squatter, but how would they have slammed the door, got down and back up the stairs to mess with the phone without giving themselves away with any shadows or footsteps? The faint scratching you can hear from the floor nearby is possibly the scariest thing about this whole clip. Everybody seems to be in unanimous agreement that this video seems authentic. We couldn't find any signs of fakery throughout the whole video, and he truly seemed to be in there alone. The front door and some windows were open, so it could be chalked up to the breeze we mentioned before, but something about this one just seems way too spooky. What do you think happened here? Let us know.
It was just moments before the end of their late night shift when two hospital cleaners heard something that made them freeze in their tracks. It all started with the unmistakable sound of someone sobbing from inside a locked bathroom. The terrifying moment was captured on the CCTV camera of a Malaysian hospital in Kuala Lumpur, and later posted by the TikTok account Tanah Kabur on March 23rd, showing two cleaners cautiously approaching the door. When the woman suddenly recoils in absolute terror, her colleagues saw nothing, but what she claimed she witnessed was so horrific and so directly connected to the hospital's darkest rumour that it sent her running for her life. Thankfully, the security camera was rolling the whole time. This is what it caught. As one of the cleaners pushes the bathroom door open, you can see her reach for the light switch, but she never even gets to flip it. According to her, a man with a pale white disfigured face was hanging from the ceiling right in front of her eyes, which sends her into a full-blown panic. She bolts, stumbling backwards into the opposite wall, while her colleague, a true gentleman, hauls ass out of there without a second glance. Chivalry clearly isn't dead then, I guess. But this is where it gets really weird. The light inside the bathroom flicks on by itself, and the door swings wide open, as if inviting them in for a closer look. Then, just as you're desperate to see what's inside, the feed cuts to black. The uploader claims that the rest of the footage is missing, and that both this camera and another one down the corridor were found broken and had to be replaced. What makes this footage even more chilling though, is the hospital's dark history. For decades, staff have whispered stories about a man who decided to take his last breath in one of the bathrooms back in the 80s. Now, paranormal investigators would have a field day with this one. They often talk about two main types of hauntings: residual and intelligent. A residual haunting is like a psychic recording of a traumatic event stuck on a loop. That could explain the sobbing and the horrifying vision of the man, a tragic echo of a past event. But an intelligent haunting is something else entirely. That's when the entity is aware and interacts with you. The light turning on, the door opening, and most importantly, the cameras breaking. Yeah, definitely not a memory on repeat. That's a direct response. Some would say it's a sign of a massive spike of electromagnetic energy, a paranormal punch powerful enough to fry the equipment to stop anyone from seeing what happens next. Of course, a skeptic might say the woman's mind primed by the hospital's rumors, play tricks on her in the dark, and the cameras? Maybe just a coincidental power surge. But how do you explain both cameras in the corridor breaking at the exact same moment? What do you think? A tragic echo from the past, or an intelligent spirit that really didn't want to be seen? Let us know your thoughts in the comments.
This scary video filmed on a day meant for family fun playing hide and seek takes a sharp turn into the unnerving when the seeker behind the camera senses something isn't quite right. And trust me, her gut feeling was spot on. You see, losing a loved one can either tear a family apart or pull them closer together. For this family, the passing of their grandmother had brought them tighter than ever before. Every year on the anniversary of her death, they gathered to pay their respects, and even 7 years later, nothing had changed. The tradition was still going strong. In the middle of the heartfelt memories and laughter, the kids had the bright idea to kick off a game of hide and seek. Harmless, right? But after just a few moments of searching, the seeker behind the camera started to feel like something was off. And let me tell you, she was right to be freaked out, because when she turns around, she spots this.
もういいかい? Shh. あれ? Ah. 今ちょっと待ってよちょっと待ってよ今見えたぞどこだあれ どこですか？どこかな？あ、ここかな？こっちかな？手で。あ、いない。
Now at first, it looks like just one of the younger siblings darting out of sight. But wait, where the hell did they go? And why weren't there any footsteps? She followed the figure through the narrow alleyways, but still couldn't find her siblings anywhere. Until this happened.
見えた。こっち？あ、ここかな。いそう。ここら辺？ここかな。どこかな。あれ？いない。あれ？どこ？あれ
Thinking it was one of the hiders, the seeker swung the door open, ready for that sweet gotcha moment.
いない。
Only there was no one inside. No way someone could have peeked out, hidden in the room, and vanished before the door even swung open. The space was way too enclosed for anyone to pull that off. And to top it all off, just as she's piecing this bizarre moment together, the kids come running from the opposite direction. They were all hiding together, planning to jump out and ambush her. But who or what the hell did we just see behind that door? The figure was small, ghostly pale, with a mop of deep black hair, just like all the other kids. But here's the kicker. She's convinced she saw her grandmother's twin, who died when they were just 7 years old. Creepy, right? But how could it be? Let us know your thoughts.
While trying to record a vlog for her TikTok account, this woman caught something that stopped everyone in their tracks. She and her colleagues were attempting to move some furniture in one of the rooms in the hotel they work at. But the light didn't work. Already on edge, the group powered through and got on with their work, until the woman recording the vlog noticed something in the corner. Check it out.
I felt bad. How do you up the stairs? I don't know, but I mean, I felt bad, but also no, don't feel bad. It's just terrible. Can you look I'm gonna clean it real quick. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, so my sister she graduates in 2 days, and I asked for the whole weekend off because like we're gonna get dinner with her. My parents are flying in, you know, like the whole thing. But she literally scheduled me the whole weekend. Wait, am I working on the weekend? Wait, let me check. If you were, where's my? Do you have my phone? Have you seen? I think I left it on the table. Oh my god, are you filming with my phone? For the vlog. Girl, nobody cares about our stupid. Somebody cares.
What do you want to talk about? Where the mirror should go?
Yeah, actually, let's do our job.
Okay. All right. Chat, should the mirror go
here?
In this corner?
The right corner.
Okay. Or in that corner? I don't know. I mean, like, I know it's super dark right now, but I feel like, personally, it would look better in this area. There's just too much back.
From 15 seconds to 20 seconds in, you can see an eerie shadow when the mirror gets moved, but at this point it could have honestly been anything. So when the same room was shown a bit later on, we had a keen eye for that corner, but the only thing there was a cabinet much shorter than the shadow figure we saw before. This isn't the only time something paranormal has shocked all of the workers to their core. Check out this footage taken by one of her co-workers.
Recording, we're recording. It's 12:35. It's the second floor. There's no one on this floor.
Jasmine,
stop.
Granted, there could always be a logical explanation for sounds like those. Creaking and banging can be associated with all manner of internal functions, but the activity in that room doesn't even stop there. The same co-worker filmed another terrifying clip showing the inside of the room.
Alright, so we're getting crazy calls from this room that is unoccupied in the second floor. And this is like the third time it's happened, and I'm bringing y'all along with me, so annoyed with this little trip that I've been doing constantly. Okay, keys, I think it's 2. Yeah, 226, that's right. 227, 227. Okay. Okay. There's the phone. No one's calling, no one's here. Everything's chilling. Yep, okay. I mean, no one here, no phone calls. I'm out. This is weird.
There's obviously something sinister lurking in the corridors and inside the rooms of this hotel. The question is, just why and what could it be?
Faded figure of a lady with long black hair, dressed in white, walks past the walls, across the corridor, and into the walls again, TikToker, as she undoes the wrappings before looking back forward. Using every ounce of courage in their hearts, our brave explorers go to see who might have gone into the room.